Well, that doesn't seem good. Hello, and welcome to Let's Get Lost. On this episode, I will attempt to change the battery in my MacBook Pro. I noticed a few weeks ago that it was wobbling when I set it on a flat surface, and if I looked at the case, there was a bulge coming from it. Doing a little Google search, and I found that it's probably the battery, and the battery's bad. I have searched online, and I watched a few videos of how to do this, and the complexity goes from extremely difficult to just moderately difficult. It's not something that I would recommend unless you don't care about destroying a laptop or are highly knowledgeable about what you're doing. I care, but I'm not highly knowledgeable. I plan to learn as I go along. So the method I'm going to use is take out just the minimal amount of components as I can, and then use a string to actually remove the battery. Let's get started. Even with removing a few of the things, this still isn't trivial. To reduce the possibility of totally frying my computer, I've put it on an anti-static mat. I have also discharged the batteries. So here's the tools that I'm going to be using. So anti-static mat, of course, grounding strap, pair of gloves, and the gloves really make it easier. You don't get your oils, finger oils. I have a tool, which is a cool tool, with some bits, and we have this is a 1.2 millimeter pentalope bit, and also a Torque 5 bit. Both those will come in handy. Let's get cracking. Let's get my gloves on, anti-static wrist guard on. Optional, remember, this is just optional. And let's start taking it apart. So when you do this, don't lose track of which bit is which. The two back ones are a little bit different than the rest of them. So there's 10 screws, 2 back ones, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other ones. The 2 back ones have been said to be a little different, so I'm going to just use a small Ziploc bag to keep those separate. And let's go. 1, 2. Now, let's look at how so it's kind of broken inside. Yeah, I'm really good. This wasn't broken. Oh, this is still the port. Oh, this is the 1.2 millimeter. All these screws back here. Something around like that. A little bit small. Although the back was 10, so I lose a couple. It's not affecting that badly. Okay. And finally, last 2. And we are good. Can remove the back. And there you go. And when I was in here before, I did use a compressed air can to blow some of this dust off. So on this one, it's like you pull back. This is the tab you pull back on, and in my case, it just pulled free. Oh yes, the one tool that I forgot to mention, the prior tool. I mean, pry it off. So the first thing they say is pull this back, but because I got too much debris, it just failed to lift up. So with this is the battery connector that I'm removing first, and just pull back on it, and it pulls out really easily. And then this thing actually pulls back like this. This thing we're going to be removing. This is the trackpad connector. It goes right over the battery. So the first time I did it, I pulled out this, and I'll probably pull out both sides just to make it a little bit easier. It's also stuck down, so be careful. Now, once we're inside the computer, switch the bits to your Torque 5, because everything else we're going to be doing is using that. Let me get another Ziploc. This is going to be for the trackpad connector parts. And just screw those off. And take the other side off. I don't think I've done this one before, but there it goes. So these are all, they're easy to take on and off. They're pretty foolproof, so it's like even if you do a piss poor job, you probably won't damage anything, hopefully. After that, so you got this, and then you got this little thing here. Pull the corners off. Nope, I take that back. Don't pull the corners off unless you want to. The screws for the battery are here and right here. So take one side out here. Pull it carefully out. And the Ziploc baggie you go. And take the other one out. Okay, now what we got is we can pull, I think this entire thing can come up, except we are held down by batteries, I think. So that would be the next thing. So, and I'm using this wrong now. Give me the pry bar. So I've taken one out already with a nylon string, and it came out pretty easily. I am going to do the other 6 so you can see how that goes. And actually I need to get a nylon string. Let me go right back. This is the string I'm going to use. Make sure you cut off a long enough piece so that you can wrap it around your hands and to get a good enough force. So we're going to remove the second battery, and now we're going to use the pry tool again. Stick it down here. And this is without any adhesive remover. This one seems to be a little fiddly. Oops. So one thing is, try not to use any sharp things with this. There we go. And now once you get that, you just gently pull. And maybe I should do this first thing I tried, which was a dental floss. I am moving this too much. Okay, well, let me try the first method I had, which was a piece of dental floss. Maybe the dental floss got it going. Floss. Same thing. This is going to break. I tried it on the other side, but it might be needed just to get it started. So we're going to try this again. And it's minty. Any slender piece of dental floss should work. Oops. Come on. There you go. Okay. Let it go. Let it go under. There we go. Okay. Oops, I am moving stuff. Okay. Okay, let's see if that was enough to loosen it up a little bit. Hopefully it was. Okay. There we go. Oh yeah, there we go. So that's what the trick was last time, so. Okay. Okay, there we go. 2 down. Okay, for the rest, I'm going to do this off camera. 1 hour later. Okay, so I think we got it after a lot of elbow grease. Let's see, there's still something stuck. Yeah, we got it. Okay, there we go. There Did I damage the battery? I did not. Cool. Okay, so that was a little more difficult than I anticipated. Did get it out. Do got a minty gloss odor to it. What I'm going to do now is do some light cleanup. Do this kind of in reverse order. So the last thing I took off was the screws to the battery connector. And we shouldn't screw these in so tight because they have something to actually store the screws. There's something pop, it's like screws. Like everything here, other than the everything up, is pretty gentle. Just a little more. Okay, that's good. The next thing we're gonna put the ribbon back. And this should actually be less time to take this out. And just wiggle in. Get your plate, get your other screws. Okay. Oh, you this one. You have to feel around or peek. When you find it, notice it right down. Okay, so one thing, check, make sure there's nothing underneath this. You got adhesive here, you got adhesive to the side. So just check, make sure that nothing is touching there. Otherwise, you're gonna have a sticky mess when you try to put in the battery. Maybe you don't put in the battery. Maybe you just put it on this side. Okay, that's one. And two. Okay, that's good. Let's check this side. Okay, so now we get to screw in the rest of the screws. But we're not going to screw in the rest of the screws. What we're going to do is same thing as before. Put it back on, get the screws that held it together. And what we're going to do is just put a couple in. Actually, it doesn't matter at this point. If I destroyed this machine, it's my bad. Oh yeah, make sure switch your bits or switch your screwdrivers. So now we're using the 1.2, because it's almost exactly the same as a 1.8. 1.2 pentalobe drivers. But I think I just put a couple in before and just see if I boots. Okay, so interesting here. Okay, it boots fine. It doesn't explode. I'll just explode my spark. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to plug it in, see what happens. And the power adapter turns to green. It should turn to red, orange. Okay, that's a good sign. And okay, I was not expecting that. It's booting. And it's booting again. That's not a good sign. Oh, wait. We got the Apple logo. We got a login window. Awesome. Look. We have no battery though. Let's log in. There we go. Okay, it's decrypting the disk, which it should do on any computer you have, encrypt the disk. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. Let's see if it actually boots up. Okay, still going good. Okay. My disk is pretty full. Ooh, I didn't like that. That doesn't look good. Oh, that's bad. Well, I think I damaged something. We might try safe boot and see what happens. Okay, so I did it again. So I might have jiggled a component loose. Hopefully, that's all I did. Okay, it's gets to a certain spot, stops. That's not good. It's going to reboot again. Okay, so I did make a backup. Okay. So what I'm going to try this time is just shut it down and then start it up again. And we do actually a dedicated shutdown and see what happens. Okay, so that should be it. I don't know how I can tell it shut down though. Well, it's not running, so technically it should just shut down immediately. Okay. Let's do this again, one more time. So I'm going to check the seat, how I seated the USB drive, not the USB drive, the SSD drive. I'm going to do this one more time. Let's just do a restart this time. And there you have it. That's how you change a battery on the MacBook Pro. Okay, so I got the laptop apart. I got a new battery. So I got this from MacSales.com. Newer Tech is a brand that I've used before. This is the one specific for my laptop. It has new adhesive on the back, so we'll be dealing with that once we just get everything plugged in and we know it's working. And let's just plug in. And one thing, so this connector right here is slightly different than the one that Apple had. This is, you got wires and they can be bent, so it's like, in theory, you should be able to adjust it when you actually put it in place. So I'm going to just push it down. Try pushing it down. It should just snap in. The reason why I'm trying it this way is because I want to make sure that I can actually get it plugged in without putting the backside down. It feels, oh, there we go, clicks. So the answer is yes. Maybe. Okay, so then we got, oops, careful, this one. So this is, make sure this guy is out. And, okay, there we go. Okay, so these guys, they don't seem to be lining up properly. Has more support and durability. Okay, but I'm not going to put the back on. I mean, I am, but actually I do need to put a couple of screws. Just hold it in place while I get ready. Okay. Okay, so the battery's in place. Go and plug it in. See what we get. It's plugged in. Green light charging. Amber. Well, actually, green light is okay. And it's amber, so... Okay, now it just rebooted by itself. Got the login, and we got 25% battery usage. Okay, so now... Got all my fingers crossed. Getting to that critical juncture. Oh, that doesn't look good. Come on, you can do it. Oh, that's new. It never flickered like that before. This is not a good sign. Nope, wait. Oh! Oh! Look at that. Look at that. This is awesome. It booted up. We got the battery changed. This is totally awesome. So I'm actually really pleased by this. We got battery charging. What we're going to do is going to shut it down one more time and see what happens. So that's good. The battery's at 31% charged. So it's charging well. And yeah, so we changed the battery in my MacBook Pro. We had some issues. We figured some of those issues out. Some of those issues appear to be minor. Time will tell if those are serious issues or not. I hope you enjoyed these episodes. If you did, please like and subscribe. Click the bell notification icon to get notifications when more episodes get posted. And I will catch you later. Bye.